Hello students, welcome to this class of BA Part First. I am Dr. S.S. Vedwan, Department of English. Today, dear students, we will discuss a beautiful essay, a very inspiring essay by John Henry Newman, and the topic of the essay is A Gentleman. So let us discuss the essay A Gentleman by John Henry Newman. This essay, dear students, it has been taken from Newman's collection of essays and lectures entitled The Idea of a University, which came to light in 1873. He says that the duty of a university is to train the mind rather than to diffuse useful knowledge. So we can say that Newman, he wanted the students to have practical knowledge, and logical thinking must be developed to compete in this world, and manners and etiquettes, they should be such so as to inspire others. The 19th century, dear students, had seen the rise of materialism to such an extent that people lost respect for human and moral values. So, the rise of materialism and industrialization was mainly responsible for the loss of values, for the loss of human values. Man had become a worshipper of self and power, and he was ready to pay any price for it. So, the new world order and the new culture was materialistic. Writers like Newman, they believed that it was their duty to set role models before people so that people could lead a good and pure life, a life full of sacrifices, a life full of pity, a life full of compassion. With this aim in mind, Newman discusses the qualities of a gentleman in his essay entitled A Gentleman. According to Newman, the first and foremost quality of a gentleman is that he doesn't give pain to others. He is very careful, very caring about the feelings of others, and he doesn't hurt them. He respects others, and he is mainly busy in helping them. A gentleman helps his companions in working freely without any difficulty, without any fear, and without any, we can say, without inflicting pain upon them. So, Newman, he describes in this essay the actions which a gentleman should show in his behavior. His actions, he says, they give relief and comfort to others in the same way as an easy chair would give comfort to a tired man, or as firewood would do to a person suffering from cold. Another quality of a gentleman described by Newman is that he avoids doing or saying any such thing that would shock others. He would never hurt them emotionally. Doesn't play with the emotions of people. A gentleman learns from the sages that he should treat his enemies in a way as if they are going to be his future friends. Whenever he finds himself in a controversy or a clash of opinion, he avoids talking about those things, and he makes each and every effort to put others at ease. So a gentleman, he doesn't enter into unnecessary arguments. Even in a controversy, he does not become discourteous. His behavior remains the same. He remains soft and gentle and doesn't lose his balance, doesn't lose his temper. He understands the nature of the other people and acts according to their nature. So he is very adaptive. We can say a gentleman He adapts to the situations, he adapts to the people, he adapts to the nature of people, what they are talking, and he reciprocate in the very pleasant, in a very balanced frame of mind. When he talks to people who are shy by nature, he puts them at ease and makes them comfortable. So another important aspect of a gentleman presented by Newman. Those who keep themselves away from others, a gentleman doesn't avoid them. On the contrary, he treats them in a soft way. He never gets involved in topics which may irritate others. Thus, he is very careful in his behavior with the other people who are present. Newman says that a gentleman is a broad-minded fellow who never behaves in a selfish manner. He is never mean and doesn't believe in the theory of taking advantage of others. So, he is always helpful. A gentleman is very careful about the feelings of the persons with whom he is talking. He doesn't talk about any such thing that may irritate others. At the same time, while talking, he doesn't like to talk about himself. He gives each and every chance. He inspires the other to talk and present his ideas, present his beliefs, present what his thought is. So, a gentleman, sometimes he may be right or wrong in his opinion, but he is always clear-headed. I quote from the poem, I quote from the essay, he is as simple as he is forcible and as brief as he is decisive. Unquote. Newman again presents different characteristics of a gentleman. He gives everybody a chance to say something. A gentleman, he gives everybody a chance to say something. This gentleman, when he does some favor to others, remains so modest that he makes it appear as if it were the others who were obliging him and not he obliging them. He avoids gossiping and doesn't take undue advantage of others. He is not a selfish fellow. A gentleman is tolerant in the matter of religions also. He himself may not believe in any religion, but that doesn't mean that he disrespects the religion's sentiments of others. His atheism doesn't make him a fanatic. He presents a very adorable picture of himself. A gentleman, he finds religious institutions to be respectable, beautiful, and even useful. He respects and honors the ministers of religion. He is a friend of religious toleration, not only because he treats all religions equally, and also because he has gentle and soft feelings. He is a friend of religious toleration because he is very gentle and soft. This kind of a person helps in creating a harmonious atmosphere in society. The gentleman, he is a very important role player. He can inspire others by his own personality, by presenting himself in a very lovable, very adorable, and soft spoken manner. So, in this way, Newman, he lays down certain characteristics of a gentleman. In brief, a gentleman doesn't cause pain to others and he respects everyone. If he is an unbeliever, as I told you, he will be too profound and large-hearted, large-minded, and he will not ridicule religion or to act against it. A gentleman, he always shows his prudence. He observes the maxim that the ancient sages preach. We should conduct ourselves in the manner in which we want others, our enemy, to conduct. He is a patient. The gentleman is a patient, forbearing, and resigned on philosophical principles. Thus, we can say that in this essay, Newman he presents the qualities of a gentleman and how a gentleman he presents himself, he sets an example in the society, and all the people they admire him. I find this essay might have enhanced the qualities in you, and I hope that in your behavior, dear students, some of these important characteristics of a gentleman they might be reflected. Thank you very much.